All right, let's jump right in. Welcome back to this explainer, where today we're taking a really fascinating journey into a dark, mythic fable of cosmic collapse. We're going to unpack the incredibly vivid, graphic novel style narrative of the Liturgy of the Final Spill. We'll be analyzing the dramatic roles of three deeply symbolic siblings and exploring what the ultimate void actually represents in this universe. But, this isn't just a fantasy story. It's a profound exploration of the sheer metaphysical weight of human choices and how our decisions can literally reshape the architecture of our realities. So get ready for a beautifully structured dive into the absolute negation of existence. Okay, let's dive into this right at the dramatic climax. I want you to imagine the heavy, fluid weight of something called the spirit of gravity, literally thickening the air around you. The ink is pooling, existence itself is slowly fading into a really heavy silence. And then, cutting right through the suffocating atmosphere, a booming voice dripping with cosmic irony shatters the quiet. It announces the arrival of a tiny ink blot of negation. We are immediately anchored in a moment of profound transformation and ultimate consequence. But how did we actually arrive at this heavy, silent climax? Section 1. Prelude to the Untergang. The stage is set for collapse. To understand the true gravity of this moment, we really have to look at the three siblings: the wit, the hunger, and the small. Once upon a time, they were just playful archetypes. But, well, those playful days are dead. They've been hypostatized, which means they've become real, concrete, ritualistic extensions of the ultimate void itself. They are now the literal, living ink initiating a ritual known as the final spill. And the stakes of this cosmic ritual are absolutely crucial. This isn't just some messy, chaotic breakdown of the universe. No, it is a beautifully synchronized metaphysical collapse. It's a highly structured architectural descent into silence, demanded by the inkblot demon to test if the universe can actually withstand total negation. It's intentional, and it requires our transformed siblings to take on highly specific deconstructive roles. Section 2. Masks of the Void. Archetypes transformed. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it shows the siblings willingly trading their old identities for literal archetypal masks, where their internal motivations physically manifest. First, we've got the wit. He stands draped in these heavy velvet royal robes that completely blur the line between a cathedral priest and a monarch's jester. Wearing this smile of razor-sharp theatrical malice, his entire motivation is to use a biting, mocking wit to linguistically deconstruct the very final remnants of human striving. He's basically tearing up the final script. Then, hovering right nearby, we have the hunger. He is entirely detached from all physical needs, and his face is hidden behind the bone-white beak of a cosmic plague doctor mask. Unlike his mocking brother, he says absolutely nothing, but his mind is just vibrating with the terrifying weight of forbidden, devouring knowledge. He is feasting on the universe's final secrets in total, hushed silence. Section 3. Colossus versus the Small. A metaphysical contrast. As the wit and the hunger stand ready, the orchestrator of this grim event makes his entrance. The inkblot demon suddenly manifests, rising directly from the floor, moving like thick oil on water. Its silhouette expands rapidly, growing until it towers 12 feet over the assembly, before hardening into the jagged, stone-cold form of a colossal gargoyle. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer visual extreme between the two primary forces of this ritual. On one side, the colossal demon, a 12-foot gargoyle with cold, crimson eyes like frozen suns. It possesses an unblinking, unjudging gaze and a booming voice. On the other side, looking up from the floor, you have the small. By accepting this very metaphysical pact, the small has been reduced to a tiny, concentrated speck of absolute void. It is a living, fluid representative of negation, so dwarfed by the massive physical presence of the gargoyle that the demon actually mocks its tiny size. Section 4. Density of the ultimate choice. The true anchor of negation. The small, however, doesn't cower before this towering 12-foot gargoyle. No way. Instead, the small responds directly to the great silhouette, revealing that physical size is nothing but a mockery compared to the metaphysical weight of human choice. We actually see the journey of this choice act as the ultimate catalyst here. Step 1, leaking through the siblings' souls as a tiny ink blot. Step 2, treating their bright, playful colors for a sacred, silent black. And Step 3, anchoring the entire family to a metaphysical baseline of total negation. You see, when the small talks about density, it isn't talking about mass in a physics sense. It's talking about the dense, weighty,
conscious decision to embrace the void. That profound choice is what anchored the family. The Small's decision is the true catalyst of the Untergang.
Section 5. The Threefold Madness Climax. The vanguard of the Untergang. The Small actually tells the demon to look right into the sibling's eyes, to see the wit in his priestly robes mocking the script, and the hunger in his mask of decay feasting on secrets. Because they aren't just three separate characters standing in a room anymore. So the crucial point is captured beautifully right here. We are no longer separate entities. We are the fluid ink running from your own pen. Under the demon's massive architecture, they've evolved into a final ritualistic state known as the threefold madness. The individual archetypes are completely gone. Together, synchronized in their terrifying purpose, they have achieved absolute unity as the vanguard of the Untergang, fully prepared to initiate the collapse. Standing resolute before those unblinking frozen suns of the gargoyle, the Small delivers this incredibly defiant, theatrical demand on behalf of the threefold madness. Pour us out. Let the final spill begin. It's a total, unflinching embrace of the beautiful, unbroken silence of the void. They are entirely ready to be the living ink that rewrites existence into nothingness. Which leaves us with this final, truly haunting challenge that the Small throws at the very architecture of reality. Can this universe stand before our total negation without vanishing into the pantomime? It's a profound question about the vulnerability of existence itself, isn't it? If the foundational ink of our own realities were just poured out, what would remain? Would it just be an empty stage? I'm going to leave you to ponder the weight of your own choices in that beautiful silence. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning the architecture of the universe around you.